Hello everyone. First of all, I want to give you a very good news, and that is, if you don't understand my language, then you can play this video in your own language as well. So go to the setting option of this video, right? So you can find out setting option somewhere up and down on this video, and then you can just click on that, and you can choose the language of your choice, and then you can play it. Okay, so I'm going to explain some questions from March 2025 exam series in this video. And keep in mind, this is AS level economics paper 1-2 and March 2025 exam series. I know you have exam paper tomorrow, and I wish all of you best of luck as well. So I'll try to keep in touch with all of you tonight, and we'll try to post as many questions as possible so that you can stay in touch and you can review the important concepts. Again, you can go to this description of this video and find a playlist that contains a lot of explanation of MCQs related to AS economics that may help you out. Okay, so question number 1 is, which statement about a market economy is not correct, right? So keep in mind, market economy is run by the private individuals and companies, and you have to find out what is not correct in these options regarding market economy. And first of all, if we move to the correct option of this question, then C is the correct option. Price always reflects all the costs and all the benefits associated with production. Right, so this is not correct, because in market economy there are so many things that are being produced and consumed in the society that do not reflect the all costs and benefits. Costs mean disadvantages and benefits mean advantages, and generally when examiner uses the word costs and benefits, he means cost to the society and benefit to the society. Right, so this is not correct in this statement, because all goods, examiner says all goods, price always reflects all costs. So price does not reflect all costs and benefits associated with the production, because there are so many costs that cannot be reflected by or shown by the price, such as like pollution caused by the product or benefits caused by the product in the society in the form of like better environment sometimes. And why other options are not correct here? Competition is promoted among firms which can increase productive efficiency. So this statement is correct, because in market economy, correct answer of this option, this question is option C, because this statement is not correct about market system. So examiner is requiring us to find out something like that. In option A, it says competition is promoted among firms. So it is promoted definitely in market economy, because there are a lot of sellers in the industry, and it increases productive efficiency, means producers produce at lowest possible cost. So it happens in market economy, because in market economy private producers use better techniques of production that reduce average cost, and there is competition in the market. So this happens in market economy, and we have to find out what does not happen in market economy. Right, so you can read other options as well, and if you are confused with any one of them, then just write in the comment and I'll get back to you. So in this question, answer C was the correct option. Question number 2 is, to increase production, a firm in industry X needs to install capital equipment, while a firm in industry Y needs to research and introduce a new technology. Right, what time periods are illustrated by these cases? Right, so keep in mind there are 3 types of time periods. One is called short run, in which at least one factor of production is fixed. So in these two options, we have seen that like capital equipment can be changed. So it is not kind of short term period of time. So we will cross short term in option X, like option A, option B. These cannot be correct. And Then we have long run. Long run is a time period in which we can change all factors of production like land, labor and capital. We can increase them, we can purchase more land, purchase more capital, and purchase more machines, and can hire more workers as well. That is long run, right? So in case of country X, like we can install capital equipment, it means we are operating in the long run. So in option C we can see that industry X is operating in the long run. And what about like industry Y? Industry Y can undertake research and development and introduce new technology. So then we have very long run. So very long run is a period of time in which all factors of production are variable, and along with that customs, traditions, technologies can also change. So it means industry Y is operating in very long run. So option C is the correct answer for this question, but still if you are confused with any other option, then you can write in the chat and I'll get back to you inshallah. And now moving to question number 3, the production possibility curve shows the maximum potential output of apples and pears for an economy using current resources. So these are pears and these are apples, right? So which pair of positions identifies an efficient and an inefficient outcome, right? So keep in mind any point inside the curve shows inefficiency. So it means for inefficient point we have found W. It means in answer W should be there. So in option A we can find W, and in option B we can also find W, but in option C and D we don't have them, so we can cross these two options. And then we have to find out an efficient point. Keep in mind every point along the PPC is an efficient point. So efficient points here are two. One is point X, that is along the curve, and the other one is Z, that is also along the curve, right? So X and Z are efficient and Y is non-attainable because it is beyond the boundary of resources, so we will cross it as well. So if in option A and B we can find if examiner has mentioned X or Z, then we can choose that option. So in option A, examiner is saying W and Y. W is correct, but Y is not correct because Y is beyond the boundary. It is not attainable with current resources. Yes, X is efficient, that is along the PPC, and it is attainable as well. So option B is the correct answer here. Examiner could have mentioned option Z as well. Option Z will also be efficient because it is along the PPC. Okay, so now moving to another question. The price of a good rises by 5% and quantity of its demanded rises by 3%, right? So price is increasing and quantity demand, price of good is increasing and quantity demand is also increasing. At the same time income rises by income of the consumer of the good rises by 4%, like income is also increasing, right? So the law of demand appears not to be working in this case. So why law of demand does not work here? Because law of demand assumes that if there is change in price, like if price rises, quantity demand falls, right? Instead of rising, it falls, and all other factors like income, taste and fashion, weather, population, advertisement, all other factors are kept constant. So if we want the law of demand to hold, then there should be only change in price and all other factors should be constant, right? So what is the most likely explanation? Other things did not remain equal or same or constant. So option A is the correct answer because law of demand requires us to keep all other things constant except price, right? So option A is correct answer. And now moving, you can read all other options please, and if there is any issue with any one of them, then just let me know in the comment. And now moving to question number 5, I'm explaining only the correct option to just save the time because video becomes so large and it's really difficult to like export it and edit it and then upload it. So hope you understand the situation. Question number 5 is, when is division of labor likely to be most effective? Division of labor is the basically result of specialization when one person performs only one task, right? So this is like the basic definition, division of labor, right? So division of labor is the process in which labor is divided in a way that one person performs only one task. Okay, so when division of labor is likely to be the most effective, it means division of labor can be effective in more than one cases given here, but we have to find out the most effective option. So option A is the correct answer for this question in a large market with stable demand, right? If the market is large and we specialize and produce in larger quantity, then it will be most effective, and demand is also stable. It means consumers mostly keep purchasing the product instead of fluctuating the demand, right? So option A is the correct answer. All other options are incorrect. Just read them and let me know if there is any confusion. I'm explaining one more option as well, option C. In a market where consumers require a variety of goods, so it means division of labor will not be effective where consumers require variety of goods, because in specialization we focus on one thing instead of variety. So option C is incorrect. Option A is the correct answer. Read all other options and get back to me if there is any issue. What will influence the value or price elasticity of supply of a good? Okay, so I suggest all of you to just stop the video, read the question carefully and find out the correct option as per your thoughts, and then play the video and see which option is correct, right? And listen to the logic as well. So in question number 6 again, what will influence the value of price elasticity of supply? Keep in mind there are certain factors that affect price elasticity of supply. Those include, number 1 is time period, number 2 is nature of product, and number 3 is availability of stocks, and number 4 is reserve capacity in the production plant. Time period, there are two time periods. One is there is less time required to produce the product, then supply will be elastic. But if it takes longer time to produce the product, then supply will be inelastic. Keep in mind, elastic supply is when a small change in price leads to a greater change in quantity supply, and inelastic supply is when a change in price leads to less than proportionate or small change in quantity supply. So time period is an important factor that influences price elasticity of supply. So the correct option for this question is B, the time period under consideration, right? It influences price elasticity of supply. So out of these 4 options, 4 choices, you have to pick any one of them. So you can see that there is no other factor of price elasticity of supply mentioned in these options, so we will skip them. For example, if we consider option A, the level of producer surplus, it has nothing to do with price elasticity of supply. There are only 4 factors that influence price elasticity of supply, that is time period, nature of product, availability of stocks, and reserve capacity in production plant. And option C is also incorrect, the total income spent on the good. This is a factor that affects price elasticity of demand but not the price elasticity of supply. So we will cross it. Whether the good is necessity. If the good is necessity, it is also the factor of price elasticity of demand. When the good is necessity, its price elasticity of demand will be inelastic, and when the good is luxury product, then its demand is elastic. So this is the factor of price elasticity of demand, not the price elasticity of supply. So let me explain you all 3 other factors here as well, so you know all of them. Nature of product, there are 2 types of goods, one is perishable good and the other one is durable good. Durable goods have elastic supply, and non-durable goods or perishable goods have inelastic supply, such as agricultural goods have inelastic supply and manufactured goods have elastic supply. Stocks mean how many goods you have already produced and kept in store. Availability of greater stock mean you are more flexible to increase the supply when there is change in price in the market. So more stocks mean elastic supply, less stocks mean inelastic supply. Reserve capacity or surplus capacity or excess capacity in the production plant means your production plant or machinery can be further utilized. It has capacity to be used further, then its supply will be elastic. But if it is already operating at full potential, then or near to full potential, then supply will be inelastic. So these are the 4 factors that affect price elasticity of supply. So I will end the video here, and in the next video I'll be explaining remaining question of this paper. So see you in the next video soon, inshallah. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.